just wanted to say a major thank you for the last video. It's already reached 195 views with 5.3 watch time hours, as you can see on your screen. And I'm sorry that this video sounds a bit rushed because I was trying to get it out as soon as to help people that are struggling with FUT Champs. So yeah, very sorry it's a bit rushed, and I just wanted to thank you very much for the amount of views and appreciation I've gotten for the last video. What's going on, guys? It's Monkey Fantastic here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm sorry for the timing of the release. However, I've just finished doing my FUT Champs. This is the team I used, so yeah, very sorry about that. However, I need to make sure these worked in FUT Champs because I was struggling myself with FUT Champs, hence why I moved to these tactics. And I ended up getting the 51 points, which isn't good, but isn't that bad. It's half decent, so I rate it. These tactics saved my FUT Champs. I was using a 3-5-2 before, which a video is coming out on. However, they just weren't working for me in FUT Champs. The opponents were using wing play and my centre backs were being stretched. Issue with 3-5-2s. However, today's video is focused on the 4-1-2-1-2 second variation. So let's get straight into the tactics of press after possession loss on the defensive style. The idea of this is that you keep possession, you don't lose the ball as often, meaning you can keep pressing when you lose the ball, meaning you win the ball back instantly, so you can control the tempo of the game and control how the game goes, keep it in your grasp. The width is 40 because you don't really want to stretch it so it's that difficult to defend with wing play and all that, but you don't want to keep it too tight that you can't, when you win the ball, you can't just spread out to your wider players, your left and right centre mids who will be playing as wide players, as I'll explain the tactics, instructions. But the width specifically is done on 40. It was going to be 35 or 45, but I've decided to go in the middle of 40 because 45 would stop wing play only, and 35 would stop the spearhead that we discussed in the last tactic video. That's what 45 stops. So I went in the middle because it stops both of them, just not as effectively as it would if it was, say, 5 less or 5 more to stop one specific. The depth 69, I know, a funny number. However, it isn't there just because it's a funny number. It's there for the pure fact that it's not too high a depth that you can't stop a counter, but it's not too low a depth that you can't press high up the pitch. And the idea is with the press after possession loss, you're going to be pressing up the pitch very high. You're going to be keeping them stuck in their half so they can't get attacks and score. But if they've got the likes of Vinicius Junior, Tots, or Mbappe, Team of the Year, Tots, Player of the Month, all of the Mbappes, the SBC Rodrigo, it's going to be difficult to do it. So if they have that, I'd recommend possibly dropping down to a 60 to maybe a 55 at best. However, if they haven't got pace abusers up front, 69 is where you want to be. As always, with build-up play and chance creation, I cannot stress this enough. Never leave balance and direct passing unless you specifically need to. These two tactics are how you will win any match on Ultimate Team. No matter whether it's a friendly, div rivals, squad battles, I don't know, some random event that happens, anything, these are the two you specifically need in order to win. Because they are both very effective, they give you all the options in the world, and you can make sure the game goes how you want it to go. Now, of the width on the attacks, sorry, I'm just getting my notes. You've got more quality squashed together. As you've seen with my team, I've got Grealish, Kane, Kulu, Guendouzi and Payet, all that will push forward in attack, and they'll all be close together. And when you've got that amount of class together, it's so hard to defend. And I know that personally because I've versed teams of, say, Vlahovic and Berardi, but they'll play in this exact formation. They'll keep them so close that you'll try stop Vlahovic from being the monster he is running forward, but you'll also try and stop Berardi from running through you. And unless you've got really fast defenders, which most people do, but unless you've got those specific fast ones like Chiellini, you're going to run into a lot of issues with them. Players in the box for, again, just like last video, same with the corners and free kicks actually. It's to stop it getting crowded, so you only have the good players in the box. The ones that you know can head it into that goal, volley it into that goal, overhead kick it into that goal. They're just the ones that you can guarantee to get a goal. And if they don't get the goal for whatever reason, whether you have a bad shot or they just clear it, the rest of your players, for me it would be Grealish, Payet and that, but the rest of those players, they'll be on the edge of the box waiting for that rebound to either take a long shot or cut in and shoot inside the box. Instructions. Right, so with Kulu as a right striker, you want them to be the striker that can bring the ball down, send it across to your more clinical striker, who I have Kane, and they're the one that you're going to want to score. The left striker is going to sit further deeper. They're not going to be getting in behind. They're not going to be making the runs like your right striker will. But they're the ones that your right striker will run forward and cut it back to. Not a sweaty. We're not rats. But send it back to so he can take either a long shot or run into the box and send it past the keeper. Your cam, they're going to act like a diamond up front. You want them to stay forward, and that's the only instruction you're going to have on them. You're not going to have getting behind, you're not going to have come back on defence, none of that. You just want to stay forward, so they will make a diamond and they'll be able to interchange with your right striker and left striker depending on how you've done your counter. Your left centre mid, you want to be your more defensive centre mid, but this can swap between left and right centre mid depending on whether they're left or right footed. You want a defensive one in one of the centre mids so they can stay back and make it like a 2 in midfield, so it becomes like a 4-2-2 in game, but also it doesn't at the same time. It's kind of hard to explain, but you want them to have basic for everything but cover centre, and with your more attacking one, you want to have get into the box and cover centre to keep the narrowness and the width in a way, but then they'll guarantee you going forward to make the 4 in attack, which makes the 4-2-2. So yeah, it's hard to explain. I hope I'm explaining it good enough for you. The CDM, you want to be a fast, small or tall, doesn't really matter. But this is the player that you want the likes of Tchouaméni and Kante to be. So they're small, they'll cut passing lanes, which I haven't seen in a while for some reason. I've been watching other tactic videos to gain inspiration, but I haven't seen any cut passing lanes. So I don't know, I rate the tactic, maybe other people don't, not exactly sure. But we'll cover centre and stay back whilst attacking, so they'll cover your centre backs and they'll stop your centre backs running forward to get the ball, which has been happening to me a lot recently. With your left and right back, you want fast, good crossing players. I know it says stay back while attacking, and I have on conservative interceptions just because I don't want them to run out for no reason. But you're going to be able to drag these players forward to get the crosses into your Kane and Kulusevski or whoever you have up front. And the overlap helps you do that because they'll make the overlapping run, which you can send the through ball through and just run down the flank and cross it in or cut it back. Centre backs, no tactics, leave them as basic. With your goalkeeper, I have come for crosses to stop players like Vlahovic and Haaland just scoring every cross and header. And I have sweeper keeper on, but I have to stress this to you. Unless you have a fast goalkeeper, do not have sweeper keeper. The reason I have it is because I've got Alisson and he's ridiculously fast for a goalkeeper and he can play the tactic. If you do not have a fast one, he's going to run out, but he's not going to make it past the attackers. He's not going to get to that ball first. He's just going to get chipped or they'll take him around him and they'll score an easy open goal. Yeah, I hope it was good enough explanation for you, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.